So I wanted to share the experience I had with an '89 F-150 that I had just purchased. And I purchased it, and then I drove it beforehand, and it sat and idled for quite a while talking with the guy, and then drove it home. Was playing with everything as I'm driving home, and the fuel tanks. It's got a switch from a front and a rear fuel tank. And driving home, no problems. And as I was pulling in, it started cutting out, and parked it. And after that, it didn't run. It would start, but then it would immediately cut out for about a week or so. And I was looking and doing research on what the problem could be, and there's many different things that it could be with the fuel system. So I went ahead and just replaced the fuel filter. It's kind of the easiest and cheapest thing to start with. I'll turn over here. And so I put a new fuel filter in, and that did not resolve the problem. So I was looking at possibly expensive repairs. I'll show you the filter that I repaired right there. I just replaced that, and that didn't do it. It still had the exact same problem. And so being a certified YouTube mechanic, I was able to research the switch for the different fuel tanks, and so I was able to locate it, which I'm trying to do now. Here it is. And I thought what happened maybe is the truck had sit for a long time before I purchased it, and when I was driving it back and I switched that switch to change the fuel tanks, maybe something got stuck or gummed up or something like this. So what I'd done is I located it right here. You see there's a drive shaft, and then there's this little switch here, and that changes the fuel from the front to the rear. And so what I did is I just turned on the ignition and started banging on that with just an open end wrench, and banging on it, not too aggressively, and banging on it and actuating the switch over and over, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, banging on it, actuating the switch, and started the truck, and it started, which it always did, but it kept running, and hasn't had any problems ever since. I kept it in the front tank for a couple months after that, and then I just got curious and wanted to mess with the rear tank, so I did switch it over, and I found that there was a fuse also that needed to be replaced, so I replaced the fuse, switched it over to the rear tank, put some fuel into it, and it worked, and it runs, and haven't had problems since. So hopefully that if you have that issue, it'll resolve it before you spend too much money. All right.